YouTube, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new here. This week I am going to be reading thriller books. Now I have two books lined up. I have The Family Upstairs by Lisa Jewell and The Woman in Cabin 10 by Ruth Ware. Now I don't know too much about either of those books, which is the best way to go into thriller books, so I'm looking forward to getting into those. I'm hoping to get through these two books and then maybe if I have chance I might read a third one, but I'm sure we'll see throughout the video. So I hope you enjoy the video and let's get into reading.
In a town where silence rules the night, whispers flow but never bite, eyes like stars and shadows deep, dreams away.
This is my first check-in of this video, so this is my reading thrillers for a week video. I filmed the intro a few weeks ago, which is why I sound really disjointed, but I am now starting to read the thrillers. I picked up The Family Upstairs first, and I've actually picked it up slightly earlier on in the week, so it's currently the Saturday before the week you're seeing this, because I'm really busy this week actually, and I've thought trying to get two books in this week and filmed and edited, it's going to be a lot, so let's start this quite early. So I am at page 77, chapter 12. I am just you're getting like snippings of what happens. So you're following 3 points of view. You're following the point of view of the main character, or one of the main characters. So obviously, if you don't know what this book's about, it's in a large house in London's fashionable Chelsea. A baby is awake in her cot, well fed and cared for. She is waiting for someone to pick her up. In the kitchen lie 3 corpses. Close to them is a hastily screwed note. They have been dead for several days. So you're following 3 POVs. So you're following the POV of the baby in the cot now that she's grown up. So this is 25 years later. So you're following the POV of the baby in the cot. You're following the POV of another girl, which we're not sure, or I'm not sure yet, how she fits into the story. And you're following the POV of a boy who lived in the house in the 1980s. So you've got 2 kind of current day timelines and 1 previous timeline. So you know that there's going to be a death in the story. Obviously you know that 3 people are going to die. So the 2 current day timelines, that's happened, and the girl who was the baby has just inherited the house, and so that's how you're starting to interlink and find out the story. And then the previous timeline is of the boy who was in the house and before the murders or the suicides happened. It's really interesting. I'm at that 77 page stage where I'm not quite gripped with the story yet. I find thrillers, I absolutely love them, and they are one of the main genres that I read. So I read mainly romance and thriller, and I do find thrillers really, really get me and I want to binge them. However, I also find the first half of the thriller really, really hard to get into. I think until I'm hooked and I need to know the storyline, and it's essential, you need to kind of lay the groundwork for a thriller to understand the story. I find that bit really hard to judge myself through. So I'm hoping to read a lot more of this tonight, maybe even get halfway. If I can finish this one this weekend, that is the preferred option, because like I say, I'm really, really busy this weekend, or this week. I've got lots of things on, lots of uni work to be doing. I'm working all week. I've been booked for work all week. I'm busy on the weekend, so I actually need to get this video filmed and ready to kind of go on Friday, where I'm getting the train, so I can finish off the last few bits of the edit on Friday on the train. But realistically, I need to have it uploaded and ready to go. So very busy week, lots of reading to do. So I want to read this book and The Woman in Cabin 10. So I've started with the longer book, hoping to get this one smashed up this weekend, and then Woman in Cabin 10. But I will check back in tomorrow, hopefully when I've finished, if not when I'm significantly more of the way through.
Awaken while you sleep, broken clocks with lips so sealed.
I am coming to you with updates on the books. Now, the next couple of clips you'll see I'm wearing all the same thing because I finished The Family Upstairs earlier on in the week, but I've just had such a busy week, as I was explaining earlier in the video, and I just haven't been able to update you guys, and so I'm very sorry. But I'm gonna update on The Family Upstairs first. I ended up giving this one 4 stars. I thought it was a really, really good book. I need to stop saying really. I've noticed watching back the videos that I say it all the time. I thought it was a very good book and the story had me gripped. It started by being a little bit thrilling in terms of entering the house, and I now live alone in a student complex building. Therefore, there's lots of noises going on, and so sometimes I was a little bit scared. But this one wasn't that thrilling. I thought it was more like mystery vibes. There was definitely thrilling aspects of it. However, the vibe was more mystery because it was, you're looking at the murder that happened 25 years ago. So you're looking at what had happened 25 years prior. So you knew kind of, or you suspected nothing bad was happening. And therefore you could assume that everything was going to be okay. I'm really sorry about the light flickering in the background. I'm not sure what's causing that. I'm not sure. Hopefully it's not too distracting for you guys. But yes, I'm going to carry on. So yeah, 25 years previously, that was the storyline. So yeah, 4 stars. It was a book that I would recommend to other people, and I am really actually so looking forward to reading the second book. And actually at the back of the book, you got a little extract of the next story, and I couldn't help myself and I started reading that, and I was like, no, I don't want to read that, because I knew I wasn't going to pick up the second book straight away, so I knew it was kind of pointless and I'd have to reread it anyway. So I'm really excited to pick up the second book, and I actually own it, so I'm really excited to pick that up and see what that story's about as well, which at the moment of filming this, I am 1.5 books off finishing my November TBR, and so I hopefully will have some time in November to mood read as well, which is very rare for me because, like I said previously in another video, I tend to stick to my TBRs. So I created quite a long TBR and I've stuck to it. It's 8 books long and I'm nearly done with that one, and I've been listening to a couple of other books on audiobook as well, so really enjoying that recently. I did manage earlier to collect a clip of me finishing The Woman in Cabin 10. So I will insert that now, and then I will come back to you with my views on this book.
Lips so sealed, time stands still, the truth revealed. Footsteps echo in the hall, flowers bloom.
So as you saw, in the clip, I finished The Woman in Cabin 10. 5 stars. This book gripped me. Now, I'm one that normally on 5-star reads, I say they grip me and I wanted to binge it, and that's fine, but I still know that I've got responsibilities and I need to go to work, and I really appreciate my sleep, so I very much will go to sleep at normal time. However, I have literal text messages to my best friends saying I stayed up stupidly late to finish this book. I had 70 pages left, and that's not like oh, you've got 20 pages left, let's just quickly binge it. That is a good amount to leave for the next day, and I was like, I've got 70 pages left, I need to sit and binge it, because I knew in the morning I wouldn't have time to get through those 70 pages. Yeah, this book gripped me. And again, like I said with The Family Upstairs, I live alone and this is a thriller. If you want a proper thriller book that will keep you on the edge of your seat, this is where to go. I've already started recommending it to people because the twists, the turns, the atmosphere it was creating. I was actually in bed terrified of the noise that's going on around me, terrified of what I was reading, yet I could not put it down, nor did I want to. And I am the person that will hand on heart say, I do not watch horror films, they terrify me too much. I would rather not. But this book, oh, I loved it. I saw it with Sarah, recommended it on one of her videos, I think, and she said it was really good, and I was just like, oh yeah, this premise sounded really good, and I thought, oh, I would go and check that out. And when I did, I was hooked. Now, I've said at the start of the video, it doesn't really have much of a blurb, and I found it was actually really beneficial to go into this blind. However, I will give a synopsis now, so if you don't want to hear anything about the book, I will put a timestamp on the screen now as to when to skip to, so you know a bit more, so you miss that synopsis and you can go straight into this book. However, if you're wanting the synopsis, so it's about a woman who goes onto a cruise ship and she believes she sees a murder. The sirens always, I'm so sorry. She believes she sees a murder happen in the cabin next door to her on this, I say it's cruise ship, on this fancy yacht. She gets invited as a publicist on this fancy yacht as like the maiden voyage, and she believes she sees a murder. And so she's telling people that there was a murder, and they're kind of disputing what she's saying, but then things start happening on the boat that shows her that she is not making things up, and there's lots of twists, lots of turns, lots of things you don't see coming. And it was all underpinned by the fact that before she goes on the boat, she gets robbed, and she sees the person that robs her. Like, she opens up the door and then she sees him, and he just steals her handbag. But that kind of makes her then an unreliable witness because she's been drinking, she's on antidepressants, and she's this unreliable witness who's just had this really traumatic thing happen. And so now she is unreliable, and she's telling everyone that she's seen a murder, and no one's believing her, which means nothing's being investigated, which then means you're in this book and things start happening and you are just gripped. It's honestly, if thriller is a genre that you're wanting to try, or that mystery feel with a little bit of suspense is something that kind of entices you, pick this book up. You won't regret it. I found this book in a charity shop relatively cheap, so I know that they're kind of lying around. I've never seen this book before. I heard about it in a video, and then I think because I was looking for it, I found it quite quickly. I would recommend to everyone to read this. It's so, so good. And I'm actually, and I know she'll be watching this, my best friend back home who loves reading as well, I'm trying to convince her to read it, but she's very much like no, I'm going to stick to romance and fantasy only, and that'll be it for me. But everyone needs to read this book. It's so, so good. Okay, so to wrap the video up, I know we've just gone through them, so I won't go through them again. Family Upstairs, 4 stars, and The Woman in Cabin 10, 5 stars. Everyone should read this book. Sorry, everyone should read it. That is me having read thrillers for a week, and I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed kind of having the intent to just read one genre and get my teeth stuck into them. So it was really interesting and really good. I would definitely recommend both these books, and I'm looking forward to the Family Upstairs sequel. If you have made it this far in the video, leave a little blood drop emoji for the thrillers, and go back and watch my video previously for the oldest book and the newest book on my TBR. But the next video coming your way is a finishing series vlog, which I'm trying to do about one a month, especially as in this video I've started a new series, so that's fun. And in my previous video I started a new series, so hopefully I'll finish those soon. But yeah, so I'm hoping to get that video up for you next Sunday. So make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and my Instagram, Goodreads, wishlist, everything is down in the description. If you want to have a look at my wish list of books that I'm kind of hoping to get to soon or buy soon, that's kind of what I use my wish list for. On my Goodreads, I've got all my physical TBR books, and if you have a look through, I'm a bit particular about my Goodreads, and everything's sorted into specific shelves about things that I've got physical TBR, things that I can get on KU, things that I've got on Audible. So yeah, all fun things. So have a look through all of those. I post daily on my Instagram, so I look forward to seeing you again soon. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Bye guys.
Bloom and softly fall. Still waters run so deep. Secrets that